Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about sparklers. This is a normal sparkler, so it's metal. We have a rod here and you light it. Downside of these, obviously, they stay very, very hot. The metal gets very hot, even when it's finished. This is why you should never give these to young children. And obviously they're not biodegradable because it is metal and you've then got to dispose of it. So I've come across something called an eco sparkler. Here's the eco sparklers. It's a pack of 5 low-impact eco sparkle sticks, they're called, not sparklers, sparkle sticks. No sparkler wire, sticks made from naturally renewable resource, and it burns down to nothing. So I'm really curious to see if these perform similarly to traditional sparklers and just how good they are. So they're category F1 fireworks. There's 5 in a pack, and each sparkler has 5 grams of NEC, or net explosive content. So let's have a little look at these. Let's get these out. Okay, so we've still got the same sparkler component on here by the looks of it, but it's on a wooden stick, which is meant to burn down to nothing. So let's see, these are better for the environment. Let's see if they perform as well as a normal sparkler. So I was pleasantly surprised by these eco sparkle sticks from Trafalgar. I didn't really know what to expect from them, but they performed much better than I thought they were going to. They last over a minute and a half, and the effect is almost identical to that of a traditional wire sparkler. In fact, here's a side-by-side comparison of a traditional sparkler on the left and the eco sparkle stick on the right. The sparkler on the left is an 18-inch gold sparkler from Celtic Fireworks. I've picked this particular one for comparison as its duration is almost identical to that of the Eco Sparkle Stick. Both of these sparklers were filmed with the exact same camera and settings in the same location just moments apart. And as you can see, they're very similar. There is certainly more of a flame that develops on the Eco Sparkle Stick as the wooden stick itself burns down, but whilst the spent part of the metal sparkler remains rigid, the ash, if we can call it that, from the Eco Sparkle Stick bends over and eventually falls off. So on the face of it, there's not much difference in performance between the two. But let's be honest, who puts a sparkler on a fixed stand rather than holding it in their hand and waving it around, as they're intended to be used? So to properly test the Eco Sparkle sticks, I did just that. And the first thing I noticed when waving one around was there was quite a few burning embers flying off quite some distance and smouldering for a few seconds, which you don't get with a traditional sparkler. You may be able to see some embers landing on the ground and in the bush to my right. Waving the sparkle stick around a little more vigorously produced more flying embers and almost extinguished the stick. And here you may be able to hear the wooden handle itself snap as I wave it around. So I would suggest not waving these around too energetically, but I was curious to see how hot these flying embers actually were, So I did a little experiment using a standard piece of 80 GSM copy paper. And as you can see, the embers from the sparkle sticks were indeed hot enough to burn right through the paper. You can also gauge how hot they are from the little sizzle they made when hitting the water. That's certainly something to bear in mind with this product. Make sure you do use them outdoors, in non-flammable surroundings, away from others, and don't be barefoot or wear open-toed shoes. Now let's look at the price. The recommended retail price, or RRP, of a pack of 5 low-impact Eco Sparkle sticks from Trafalgar is £1.99. And that's typically the price you can pick these up for too. Interestingly, that's also comparable with the price you can typically pick up a pack of 4 Celtic 18-inch gold sparklers as well. So the pricing for a pack of 5 Eco Sparkle sticks, I think, is certainly good value. And they really do hold their own against more traditional wire sparklers. They're more environmentally friendly too, as they burn away to just a small remaining wooden stick, making them biodegradable and really easy to dispose of. The Eco Sparkle sticks are arguably safer too. Most firework related injuries in the UK are as a result of burns caused by spent wire sparklers which remain extremely hot for some time afterwards. With the Eco Sparkle sticks, you don't get that same residual heat from the spent sparkler itself. So in that respect, they're certainly safer than traditional sparklers. But do watch out for those flying embers though. Now, I'm all for making fireworks safer and more environmentally friendly, and I was suitably impressed with the performance of these, that I'm certainly going to be using Eco Sparkle sticks again. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more firework reviews.